Hey, Michael here. I'm in my backyard. Papa's in the backyard too. It's a beautiful day in March in New York, and it was raining this morning. It's really dark out. Now the sun came out. So every time there's darkness, the sun always comes out. In this video, I want to do another unedited heart-to-heart video where I share some of my thoughts that I've been having lately with you. And what I'm about to talk about, again, I don't really know exactly what I'm saying. These are just how I've been feeling recently, so feel free to disagree, agree with me. There's really no right or wrong with these talks that I have, and I encourage you to open up and share your opinion, because I'd like to hear your perspective. Anyway, recently a lot of people in my network, acquaintances, friends, I don't really know, I don't really know what's the difference between acquaintance and friend. I guess I have very few friends and more acquaintances. Anyway, people have told me to get a job. They said, Michael, you've been home for the past 2 years. Why don't you get a real job again? And I actually thought about it, because I have been home. I've been back home in Long Island with my parents and Papa, and I've been spending a lot of time with them. These are special moments that I haven't had the opportunity to have, or I didn't embrace when I actually had the time when I was younger. So I've been spending more time with my mom and dad. I've been cooking and spending a lot of time with Papa, connecting with her on a deeper level. When I was younger, I didn't really embrace spending time with her, and she raised me. We also got a little puppy, Light, so he was teaching me a lot, and I felt like I was getting taught a lesson in responsibility and how to take care of a living being. Raising a puppy is not easy. A lot of you people know. So I've been learning a lot at home, and I've also been trying many different entrepreneurial ventures, like virtual cooking classes, my content creation like I'm doing right now, and what I'm currently working on, my cinnamon bun / different bun flavored business. And everything that I've done hasn't been easy. It's been very difficult, actually, and it's been changing a lot. And with any type of job, whether it be a stable job, 9-to-5 job, there's always difficulties. And I'm very privileged to have this opportunity to live at home and be able to explore different entrepreneurial avenues. So that's what I've been doing the last 2 years, but a lot of it has been home, kind of connecting with my family and reflecting on myself. But people are like, oh, Michael, why don't you get a job? It'll give you some structure, you'll get some income coming in. And I was like, that actually makes sense. So you hear the bird? Maybe it's a cardinal. I hope it's a cardinal. So I was thinking, and I was like, yeah, there is some rationale behind it. I am 30 years old, thinking about a family and stuff. It's hard when I keep trying to explore different things. But then I thought, when I was working the quote-unquote stable job, whether it be in an office, I worked in an advertising agency for 2 years. My last job, I worked in restaurants. I did a lot of hourly positions like a server, bartender, cook, and I also worked a salary position as a manager. And to be clear, in my small amount of work experience, I was never doing it really. Well, I lied. When I was working in advertising, I was trying to do it for the money, but I was too young and inexperienced, so I made no money. But when I was working in the restaurant, I thought it was truly my passion to bring people together. It still is. So I never really made a lot of money for the amount of hours that I was working for. And I wasn't doing it for the money. I was doing it to make you happy. Mamma mia! Yeah. So I did it all from my heart. But I realized I didn't have a lot of time while I was working in the system to spend time with my family, to spend time with my friends, to connect with my papa. I didn't have that time. And even when I did have that time, I didn't have that energy. I didn't have that energy to spend time with them, because I was just too focused in my own world and all the other things that I had going on, which really were nothing important, you know, hanging out with acquaintances that don't really like me anyway. um, and then I thought about some of the people telling me maybe to get a job, and not all the people in my network, but some people, I feel like, and I used to be like this too, so I'm saying it. I was always focused on achieving the next level, always on that grind, that hamster wheel of go, 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 get this step, next step, next step, next step. That's what society encourages us to do, to keep on, moving up, growing, grinding, that culture, right, of advancement. But what I realized was I would do that, and it gave me a sense of fulfillment, it gave me a sense of purpose, I was happy. But after it being removed, it being taken away from me, and me attaching my identity to my job, and you can attach your identity to, I guess, like a significant other or job or college, I don't know. I felt empty. I felt like I didn't have anything because that's all I had going for me, And from that point of my identity being taken away, I was forced to really go within and feel my thoughts and feelings and emotions, and actually sit with that. And I think that's very important, because I think a lot of people go through life, always trying to do something, always trying to buy something, to be something, to do something. They're never stopping to enjoy the present, They're never stopping to enjoy the present, because if they stop, a lot of deep-rooted insecurities and fear start to resurface, and no one wants to feel that, right? So to numb yourself, you keep going, you keep leveling up, you keep moving forward. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but I think it's also important with any type of growth to also be grounded at the same time. There's balance, and for the amount of inner work, for the amount of outer work that you do, you need to do inner work. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm doing the inner work. And I believe when I could do the inner work and feel grounded and, what I want to say? Do the inner work and feel grounded and take the right action towards my aligned vision of what I want to do, like not swimming against the current, not trying to force anything, taking aligned action towards my goal that's meant for me, which I would only find out by doing the inner work to see what makes me happy and what I think's best for me, then I use that energy of trying to advance myself, trying to improve myself, and I can't be stopped. That's what I believe. So I believe it's the yin and yang. The yin and yang, I always talk about that, like the white and the black circle in Taoism, and the white dot in the black circle and the black dot in the black circle, and the white dot in the black circle and the black dot in the white circle. So we all have this duality. We all have this positive and negative. So where am I getting at? I don't think the last 2 years of me staying at home have been a waste. I've definitely been able to do things that I think if I didn't do, I would definitely regret, because I had this opportunity to spend with my family when I was younger, and I didn't take it. I had it again, and I'm actually fortunate, because I feel like in the process, I'm healing myself, because I think if I didn't do this, I would regret it. And I'm also healing my family and stopping a lot of generational trauma. A lot of my viewers come from Asian families, and Asian families could be quite strict. My family wasn't that strict, but I know Asian families can be quite strict with a lot of things. There's a lot of expectations and those sorts of things. And don't get me wrong, they've worked, our ancestors, our parents, our grandparents have worked incredibly hard for the life that I want to live, and even me just filming this video is extremely privileged. But with that, they have a lot of deep-rooted um, traumas that they never really addressed because they had to keep going. They had to support their family, right? But I think what I'm doing right now is, and I'm not saying like I'm Superman, but I'm healing myself, and I'm helping to heal my family, healing my grandmother. Um, so I'm not wasting my time. Mamma mia! And I'm not comparing myself to other people because I know my time will come. So I think balance is important. Okay. It's such a beautiful day today. Oh my God. What else do I want to talk about? Oh, okay. Now I want to talk about one, not comparing yourself to other people, because I think we're all different. And I also believe that we each individually come into this life with a different set of cards. You know, we start out in this, let's call it a game, on different levels. You know, I may start off with a family that's more affluent, and or I could start off with a family that's, you know, more economically disadvantaged. And there's other disadvantages and advantages that you could pick out, but that's just an example. So we each have a different set of cards that are dealt to us to start our lives, you know, like family situations, these sorts of things, right? And our process, how we play this game, is different based on the experiences that we have, the people that we meet during this journey. And we all have, I think, infinite possibilities, or infinite, let's call them ways to do things. And I'm going to take it a step further. I believe life is about experiences. I believe everything is an experience. And I believe each of us come into this life to learn different lessons. So it would be wrong to compare yourself to other people, or compare the process of how somebody else did it 100% black and white, because we all have different specific lessons to learn. We all have different specific lessons to learn, okay? We can talk about karma, you know, working out your karma with other people. And karma, how I like to describe it, is basically, you know, your interactions with other people, and more high vibrational, more positive interactions, and more low vibrational, negative interactions with people. And we're all positive and negative, you know, we all make mistakes, but I always think we have an opportunity to make up for when we make mistakes, right? And I think life is all about learning different lessons, you know. And when you don't learn the lesson now, the same lesson will show up again later in a different way. So that's how special life is, and that's how individualistic life is for you. So we all come to this life with different lessons to be learned. I do think life is all about learning different experiences, the process of evolving and adapting and adjusting. And we all sometimes have to play the game and do things that we don't want to do. But I feel like there's lessons to be learned in the difficulty, right? You could discover your true meaning. It was storming like 2 hours ago, and now the sun came out. And sometimes in our darkest moments, we find the clarity, we find the strength to move forward. You know, we break the habit. Dr. Joe Dispenza says, break the habit of being yourself. So you break the negative habit that you have of, you know, I don't know, smoking, or, you know, let's say smoking. But you could stop smoking today, or it could take, you know, a traumatic experience for you to stop smoking. It's your choice. So, yeah, that's what I want to say. We all have a unique life with different experiences, different lessons to learn. Sometimes we have to do things that we don't want to do. And we're all special and unique. And with that said, last point, a law of the universe is the law of free will. So despite starting at different levels of this game, I think we do have the power to decide our fate, decide how we want to play the game, let's say, because there's infinite possibilities of how we want to play the game, but it's special because you get to decide it, and we're all special and unique. So I'm gonna stop the video there. If you found any value in my video, please give me a like, comment if you resonated with anything that I was saying, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It will help me with the algorithms. And yeah, I kind of was all over the place, but it's very liberating to just be able to speak your mind. And again, I don't mean no harm. I'm not telling you what to do, and a lot of what I'm telling you, I'm still in the process of learning. But you don't have to wait to be perfect in order to do what you want to do, like starting a business. I believe there's no right time all the time. Sometimes the hardest part is just taking the first step. You won't be able to plan everything 100%. Sometimes you just gotta take the first step and follow your heart, your intuition, and let that guide you. Have a great day. Enjoy the weather. Sending you peace, love, prosperity, and good vibes. Peace.
去 shopping 仲有 walking 行嗰啲 aisle 就冇咁攰，喺呢度行一下就好攰，I don't know why。
Because you like shopping, so your mind says, "Oh, hold on, my song, like, oh, look at this."
佢得啊，喺呢度行都好啫，你唔使一定啊喺邊度行咧，係先？喺呢度行翻行去都得㗎，even though你個 house 行都得㗎。喺呢度行去行翻行去，好攰。去到shopping咁架車仔行啦，好 OK 喎。
Yeah, because your mind is thinking, "Oh, look at the food. There's no food."
I don't know。
Look at your butt, Light. Get your butt out of the camera.
今日喺出邊曬好耐啦。